The Rockets on their way to the locker room earlier on, looking to deliver the gift of a big win to the home crowd tonight. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Rockets, the forwards are Gordon and Tucker. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. So the Rockets win the tip. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. No good from outside.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Good on the triple.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Bounce past Middleton. Here's Giannis. Westbrook pulls it in.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Pass to Gordon. 5 on the clock. They get the rebound. The pass to Tucker. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Westbrook against Bledsoe. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker, and it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now Harden unloads, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Just a gorgeous looking J from Harden, really sticking it to the boot.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets ahead. They lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Antetokounmpo out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Here's Harden. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. It's back to Hill. Good work defensively by Capella. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
Yeah, for sure. This is a team that feels like they should never be swept in the season series by anyone, but especially when it comes to one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Harden with it. It's Rivers on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Rivers has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, on offense, I like to see them play inside out more. Attack the basket, generate easy points. And then once the defense collapses, kick it out to the perimeter for open looks. Trust me, I know. Rick Fox, Big Shot Bob, that's all we did.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
Just when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names, Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place, because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the board.
Tucker and Capella are up front. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Here's Gordon, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Gordon's got 4 this quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Harden's shot is off. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. 15 seconds left in the third. Here's Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. 3 on the clock. Shoots over Capella, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. The fadeaway. Another miss by Giannis.
Turns an easy jump shot into a tough one by going to the fadeaway. I mean, look what happened.
For 3, Westbrook. The shot off that time. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Puts it up from 12, and that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're behind by 4. 1:25 left in the fourth. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Inside, here's Westbrook. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Oh, yeah, they're expanding a ton of focus and energy at the offensive end, but at the defensive end, it is just the opposite.
For the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Daniel House. Gordon comes in for Gerald Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Austin Rivers. The Bucks also with the sub. Matthews is checked in.
One shot.
Free throw good. Giannis.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. From outside, off the mark. And he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting two.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
A good league is even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out, and they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. The Rockets again can't hit.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
One shot.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony.